Guys, it's Mike here with Grow Endorse 365. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, I'm Mike, and I have a YouTube channel that primarily focuses on hydroponics, that is primarily focusing on lettuce, because that doesn't require any type of pollination. If you've watched previous videos, you already know what's going on in the in my current tent with my current reservoirs and the current grow. Basically, we have several things that are in the regrowth stage, which is the celery as well as the lettuce, and I have nothing else really going on there, maybe a few basil plants. So right now I wanted to show you guys real quick how I take seeds, drop them into my dish, and germinate from within on my trusty super sprouter here. So come on in, let me show you guys the simplest way to germinate, and this is how I do it. Basically, a lot of you guys asked actually what was that one lettuce that I used that was regrowing really well, and it's actually this lettuce green towers right here. But I just realized, if you can actually take the camera to take a look, these seeds are actually pelleted, and what that means is you see there's a white coating on them, and these type of seeds are it's interesting, they're meant to just be dropped into the ground or into your rock wool, and it's just an easier way, because the other seeds, if you take a look at them, the other seeds are real flaky, and they're much more difficult to kind of put into the ground or put into your rock wool. As you can see, there's a big difference. So when you have pelleted seeds, they're a little heavier, they have a coating on them, and this way it's easier to handle them. What I'm literally going to be doing is the coating will probably disappear. I'm just going to be dropping a number of different seeds, whatever grows, whatever grows. This is some green tower lettuce right here. This is also some green towers. They're from different companies. This is from Park Seed Company, High Mowing Organics. I'm going to put some lettuce butter crunch that I also have. This is the color of this seed. Check it out. It's a little darker. I'm going to be putting a large variation of different seeds in here. It's interesting, as you can see actually, if you take a closer look, the pelleted seeds, they've already lost their pelleting around it. As you can see, they've already sank to the bottom, and they've already lost that white coating. The white coating is literally used just to kind of quickly dissolve. So what we didn't put any of this here. Actually, we already put some of that. And I'm going to put some of the Crispino lettuce. Okay, I'm just going to put a bunch of seeds here. A lot of these seeds that I have are from like this one was actually packed for 2017. I mean, it's 3 years old. So I don't even know how well they're going to grow. But as you guys can see, the method that I use, I drop all the seeds in there. And what I do is I just tap the seeds. By tapping the seeds, it allows them to drop to the bottom. This is far more the best method I've used to continuously get germinated seeds. And as they start growing, basically, if you watch my earlier videos, and I will show you the progress as I do here, as when I pick up each individual seed as it starts to grow and develop, and I place it directly into the rock wool cube. If you guys are wondering what this is here, this is my sprouter mat. It's a heat mat that basically I like to put this dish here. I'll put a little cover up on it, especially if you have any animals or anything. And the heat will allow for the seeds to kind of get warm and cozy and develop much faster. So this is what the mat is for, and I recommend the mat for this specific process because it really does help the seeds out and they develop much faster. For example, just think about a baby developing inside a womb. It's very warm, develops, that's what's needed. But bottom line is, in the when the summertime, you know, when the seeds are in the ground, you also want them to be warmer. It basically mimics that same thing. Let's go ahead and take a quick look down into the into my grow tent and see what we got going on. Now, coming into my tent, as you can see here, I haven't done anything with the stuff down here below. Maybe it's because I'm just seeing what it's going to come out to be. Yeah, I think that's really all it is. I mean, like, I've just been testing this and seeing what happens with it. I'm super interested about. Wow, I just hit this basil and it stinks, but it smells like so amazing. Like, whew, basil is an incredible plant, or a weed. I mean, geez, it just grows and grows and grows and just doesn't stop. But I'm really interested about the celery. That's what's really interesting to me. It looks like it is developing, but definitely super slow development. And imagine, it'd be very hard to just grow the celery in general. I mean, look where it is right there at such a small stage. And imagine, the celery growing, it would be significantly higher. So I don't know how that would really work out with these plants. I don't know, but bottom line is, this is what's going on here. Probably I'll fill you guys in on the next episode that how I'll be spreading the seeds all across. Basically, I'm going to have my reservoirs here, 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 there, and there. So I will have 2 pumps working. If you guys want to know, this is the general hydroponic pumps. These are the best pumps. I mean, let me stop talking and you listen to this pump. And it's on right now, okay? You have to get this pump. This is the best pump. It's listed down below in the links below. I make it easy for you guys. I listed all the links below for all the best things that you need to set up a grow like this. I mean, look what I got. I got my big tent. You got the shelving. You don't need shelving unless you have room and you can set up the shelf and then you can set up the light across. It just makes it easier. It gives you the ability to kind of create the room you want. I mean, you could have your reservoirs down here. You could have a huge plant, okay? Whatever it is that you're growing, if it grows taller, you can adjust the shelving. It's not easy. Once you have it set up like this, oh gosh. I mean, this is a two-part. This is one part here. As you can see, there's a break here. This post right here gets assembled on top of this one as well as the other 3. And then you could put, this one on top and then that other one. But I believe this shelving comes with I think this is 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 total shelves, maybe even 8. It's pretty great, and that's also listed down below. You want to make sure you have your tubing. Excuse me. You want to make sure you have your. You want to make sure you have your lights. You want to make sure you have your tent. The tent is very important. Okay, the tent keeps out cats, dogs, it keeps out unwanted pests, period, and it's got the reflective mylar inside, which definitely does help when you have all this light kind of hitting the different walls, and it reflects back, and it shines more light on your plants to develop, because that light is just mimicking sunlight. I mean, you have to realize it is a fabricated way of creating a certain spectrum that will allow your plants to thrive. So it's important to have these little equipment that you will need. For example, I haven't used the fan for now because, as you guys know, I've moved into my basement. Okay, and let me tell you, my house runs cold. Okay, winter and summer, it could be 90 degrees outside. My basement is nice and cool. Overall, my house is nice and cool too, but the basement overall is just chilly in general. Okay, so I haven't had to use the fan. When I was running the system upstairs and in the summer times, it would be a little more humid. There's times that it's much more humid. And let me tell you, now that I actually thought about it, I am only running 2 reservoirs. Once you're running 6, okay, there's a lot more humidity. You will see. I mean, this is reading 72.3 inside the tent as well as 40% humidity. I believe, mark my words, once I have 6 reservoirs working at once, I will see the humidity level at least 60 to 65, maybe even 70. Because you have to realize when the pump is percolating on the aerator stones with the water, there's going to be an accumulation of humidity within the tent. That's why then maybe I'll open this up a little bit. Okay, these are on Velcro. Okay, you want to, when you're buying your tent, buy a big tent, especially that meets the requirement of this size shelving. Okay, make sure you measure it out, or at least when you're looking at the links down below, you have the measurement of the shelving and just follow that measurement. And the tent just runs basically just right. I mean, look how close it is to the corner. Okay, it's like literally just right. I mean, it's unbelievable. So you want, and you also want the pockets that will allow ventilation. You got one down there, one here, and one there. Now this tent is used in certain ways, and you also have one up there, as you can see. Tents are used for many ways. Okay, for growing indoors. A lot of times this is for a complete ventilation system. A lot of times you could have a large light right here. Okay, right here. You could piggyback into another tent when you have basically a ventilation kind of going from one light, because some of the large lights, I think they're called hydrogen lights, with the large bulbs, they gave off a tremendous amount of heat. So from that light, you want that light to kind of ventilate through, so you could go from here to here, right through the light. And as well, you could have certain ventilation that will go through that area up there, and that could lead to wherever you want. So you'd have to do some more research on that if that's the type of growing you're looking to do. But overall, for growing lettuce, growing basil, growing the different types of kale, or any type of chard, anything that doesn't require pollination is what I personally focus on, because it's just easy. Okay, and if you're not familiar with pollination is, it's basically when a fruit or vegetable has a flower, and that flower opens up, and there's a female and a male flower, and usually bees are the ones that do the pollination. They could go into the male, they could take some of the pollen from the male, and then they fly to another flower into the female, and basically they pollinate that flower, and then it fully develops. It's truly incredible. It's just, think about the human reproductive system. It's the same thing. It's unbelievable. It's really fascinating to me when I think about it, or I read about it, or I just watch something about it on how the bees work in regards to pollination. You could also now buy certain seeds on certain vegetables. For example, you could buy cucumbers that don't require pollination, which is something that I'm interested in. I'm not sure about the GMO aspect of it, but honestly, if it's grown properly, I'm not sure. I'm not going to talk more about it. I'm against GMO 100%. If you're also against GMO, make sure to leave me a comment down below. But bottom line is, I just want to grow. I want to have beautiful array of things. And, some of you might ask me, why do you grow so much lettuce? Because I consume a lot of lettuce. Instead of buying it and maybe a little side of E. coli on it, I'd rather just grow my own, minus the E. coli. It's a plus. Okay, so if you don't want E. coli on your lettuce, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as that like button, and make sure to hit the bell. This way you get notifications every single time I upload a video. Okay, again guys, I want to remind you, down below are all the links that you need to grow like me. It's got all the equipment that you need. I will be posting some more videos on some cool reviews on some stuff that I found that I think is really neat. If you have a smaller grow area, such as lights, or a reservoir that comes with lights and kind of just does the whole system itself, if you don't want to create your own out of one of these bins, there's a lot of variations that can help you grow your own stuff, and it's very rewarding. It really is. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I hope everybody's staying safe, staying healthy, and again, give me the thumbs up, subscribe, and make sure to hit the links down below. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Until next week.